Greetings, everybody. This is Zim Daily, and yes, we are here live as we discuss service delivery in Chitungwiza in a COVID world. As we all know that we are living in a COVID world, and this program is proudly brought to you by National Association of Youth Organization Nayo in partnership with Accountability Lab. So I guess everybody is ready. Continue to send through your messages via our Facebook page and all our social media platforms here. And my name is Mashid. I'll be your host, and I have very special guests in the house whom I will be discussing with this program in the next 30 minutes. And remember, it is very important to always mask up, sanitize every 30 minutes to make sure that you do not get COVID-19. But if you do have any symptoms of COVID-19, make sure that you go and get tested so that you do not spread this pandemic to other people. And remember, here at Zim Daily, we discuss issues that we come up with from the community, which is very special. And like I said before, that today I have a very special guest in the house, and I'll let them introduce themselves. And I will start by our very special resident from Chitungwiza.
Thank you, Tsitsi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Prudence Nyamayedenga. I'm a resident of Chitungwiza, living in Unit L, Seke.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Prudence, for coming through. And I think, yes, our beloved councillor can also introduce himself to the world.
Thank you very much. My name is Johannes Petros Madam, councillor for Ward 25 in Chitungwiza.
Thank you so much, councillor, for coming through.
Okay, thank you very much, Makaki Lagari, mate for Alice Diana Kuvea from Chitungwiza Residents Trust.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alice, for coming through. And of course, we continue to say our condolences for losing your father. Keep strong because these things happen in life. So yes, of course, yeah, at Zim Daily today, we are going to be talking about a service delivery in Chitungwiza in a COVID world. As you all know that these are the challenges that women, men, youth, and everybody in Chitungwiza. And yes, of course, as you all know that in Chitungwiza, we have 25 wards. And yes, of course, today we have Ward 25 councillor in the house, a resident, and also Chief Trust Director Diana Kuvea in the house. So maybe we could start with you, Chief Trust Director, as you also work in all those different wards in Chitungwiza. Can you tell us the challenges that you are facing in terms of service delivery in a COVID world?
Okay, thank you very much, Titi. Chitungwiza, you all know that we don't have our own source of water. We are still finding out that besides the lockdown, the COVID-19, we are still seeing queues, a lot of queues in boreholes, because we rely on getting water from boreholes. And we are still seeing garbage all over the place. And we are still living in sewage flowing from inside the houses. So for us, with the number of deaths that is happening right now, our lives are in danger. Worse enough, Chitungwiza has got 5 clinics, and right now I've got 4 clinics. The other one was closed because of the pandemic, and we have got 1 hospital with over 1 million residents. So you see the situation that we are in, and also we don't have an isolation center.
Wow.
These are the problems that we are facing in Chitungwiza. And as residents, over 1 million residents, we are actually stuck in our dormitory town. If you go to Harare has got its own problems. So this is where we are.
Yes, or maybe before we come to our councillor, maybe let me start with you, Chitungwiza residents. What are the challenges that you are facing in terms of service delivery in your community?
As Alice has alluded to, we've got a problem of access to water. And here, looking at the COVID-19 situation, we are looking at people queuing every day, yet we need to social distance. And you'd say that most times people do not social distance. People spend a lot of time at boreholes. People do not sanitize. They don't have all those sanitizers. Some come without masks as well. So we are facing challenges. And also one thing to note that we're a huge population in Chitungwiza. And the issue of the spread of COVID-19, it's somewhat very disturbing, especially in our communities. So that's the main problem, which is emanating from the issue of lack of access to water. And also this issue is also bringing up more problems as well, as people spend most of their time at queuing at boreholes. So that's the major challenge. And also the issue of, the issue of number in clinics in our community. We are also facing challenges in terms of getting services at our local clinics within Chitungwiza.
So touching. Maybe we thank God that our counselors is here today. And counselor, let me assure you that these programs that we are doing under Nayo in partnership with Accountability Lab, we are not against any leader. We are not fighting anyone in the community, but what we want is to bring results and also make sure that as Chitungwiza, we will be able to make sure that Chitungwiza is a better place. But how do we do that? We work together as a community. If we hear from a resident and we hear from the people who represent the residents, and of course you, our councillor, as a city father for your ward, we'll make sure that Chitungwiza one day will be a better place. So from you, councillor, as you all know that you represent your ward as well, and you know better what's been happening at the council to end up to make and sometimes we understand, of course, we do not have our own source of water as Chitungwiza, but sometimes we are in 2 weeks kumaitosvike zvachose. So maybe mimi sacancela ndimungatoziva kuti zviri kumbofamba sei.
Yeah, it's true. We have different problems in Chitungwiza. But our water problem is that we do not have our own source of water as a council. We also have problem with infrastructure. Tikawana mvura isusu from Harare, whichever mameka liters atawana from Harare, panosvika almost 3/4 or half. Imwe yese inenge yarasikira muroad because infrastructure yedu yakafa, yakaparara pasi apa. Kubva kunobva mvura kwacho kusvika kuchitungwiza mvura inenge yashoma. And the other problem that we have is dzimba dzakawedzerwa, but tingati population yedu yakakura, dzimba dzikawedzerwa, but hapana kuitwa mameasures ekuti tive nedhamu redu isusu, our source of water, semunicipality. Chitungwiza takazvimiririra. Of course takaisa ma-efforts ekuti tive nemudedhemu, but takamirira ministry now, but as a council takaita ma-resolutions tikapedza, and we advised the ministry kuti itiasiste ipapo, and the ministry takaita take over the program, and ndo patakamirira vana vemvura seChitungwiza.
Thank you so much, Councillor. This is Zim Daily, and we are here live as we are discussing service delivery in Chitungwiza in a COVID world. As you all know that, yes, of course, you can follow us through on Zim Daily Facebook page, and make sure that you also follow our social media platforms. You know, you might be able to stand a chance to win a Zim Daily cup, a Zim Daily cap, a Zim Daily mask or t-shirt. Yes, of course, continue to follow through our program. And remember, we'll be back after this short break and continue to discuss the solutions to make sure that Chitungwiza can be a better place. Welcome back once again here live at Zim Daily as we continue to discuss service delivery in a COVID world in Chitungwiza. And yes, of course, this program is proudly brought to you by Zim Daily in conjunction with Accountability Lab and National Association of Youth Organization, as we continue to talk about Zim Day, about service delivery in Chitungwiza. And yes, of course, before we go for a short break, we were talking about the challenges people are facing in Chitungwiza in terms of accessing service delivery. And right now, we would want to hear from them that are representing Chitungwiza today. We would want to know what can we do better to make sure that we have good service delivery in Chitungwiza. And maybe this question is to you, Director Alice. What do you think we should do as Chitungwiza? What do you think the council should do to make sure that we know that right now when people go kuzvimborani kuya, and also we are talking about mvura inobuda pachibhorani chedu chepana Rufaro chinonetsa ichi, and also spending those hours takatama queues, and we are talking about COVID, and this kind of COVID that we have right now, it's too dangerous. They are calling it Delta variant, which means they are saying a day 4 munhu anenge atofa. So toita sei kuti tisariske life dzedu, at the same time tiri kuda mvura yacho?
Okay, thank you very much. As chiefest, we have got a High Court order that we won last year in April that compels Chitungwiza municipality to give us safe, clean and potable water, either with bowsers for at least in each and every street. But up to now, they are not doing that. At least if they do that, if they put bowsers in each and every city, especially in wards where most people are last got water some 5 years ago, then this will be very helpful so that we won't have more queues at balls. And it's true, there's no social distancing. It's true. We are trying by all means to put awareness for residents to put on masks. Residents are ignorant, they are not putting on masks. And that's the other thing. And also in Chitungwiza, we have over 45,000 unregularized houses. If those houses were regularized, the councillor right now, I think we can repair the infrastructure. We can repair the pipes so that when we buy water from Harare, the water will come straight to us in our households. And also the other thing, Chitungwiza is owing City of Harare a lot of money. That I won't lie. It's owing City of Harare a lot of money. And can I correct Chakapura to not my million, my sister? Harare will do whatever they want. At least Chitungwiza should. What you are doing as residents, at least they should do the same. So that Harare knows the Roma megaliters. And also, we have heard a lot of Munda Dam stories. I think maybe whatever we are doing. But up to now, it's being politicized. People are politicizing service delivery. People are politicizing our lives. So that's why what we are saying, as residents, as the councillors that we have voted for, we must unite so that we get our own dam. Otherwise, we are going to continue talking about Munda Dam, about not having water, about girls. Girls are being raped. That's the balls as well. They are even touching my ball. Land barons. Vakutotengesa mvura yet 20 RTG, 30 RTG. This is happening. These are the problems that we are facing in Chitungwiza. So we need to unite and fight and rebuild our town.
Thank you so much, Director. You came up with a very interesting point where you are saying let's stop politicizing everything, because no matter you belong to MDC or you belong to ZANU-PF, we still face the same challenges. Tese tinongofane COVID, tese tiringoshaya mvura zvakafanana, and our girls are being abused kumvura idzodzo because they are all facing the same challenges. Councillor Mene Yurkupisa, as the city father, what do you think we should do to make sure that we have a better environment kumvura kwatinonochera kuti vana vedu vave safe tingadii uyezve kuti tisabatire COVID-19 kuma communities kwedu?
Okay, say council, these days we've managed to provide water in all wards. Of course, haisi kukwana, but kuti susu every week tine 2 or 3 days atinopa mvura kuma residents. Saka patinowapa mvura iyoyo, we expect them to vanoshandisa mvura yavo zvakanaka, vanhu ngavasarasa mvura, ngavasadiridze since tine crisis yemvura. Then maboreholes anozobatsira kusupplement paya patinoti mvura haisi kuuyawo musiwo, then vanorara vane mvura yemborehole, but vanhu most these days vari kuchereredza mvura yepatepi vachishandisa zvekare. Saka zvinotibatsira izvozvo. Then isusu we advise vanhu kuti whenever pavanoenda kumaboreholes ngavavenge vakapfeka mamasks. And as the councillor, mwadi mangu inini, I've tried to provide my sanitizers per every bore. Nikuva educator kuti tinofana kunge tichi sanitizer dati simbi inobatwa first kuseni. Inofana kunge sanitizerwa futi. Pano sanitizer sanitizer makwao vakashandisa vombo sanitizer simbi yacho. Tichingodaro uye woita wokipa social distance. Ndo zvatikuvakurudzira sevanhu. Then takaita vamesha sekuti takaita ma committees anotungamira maboreholes ayaya. Saka makomities iyayo vanogara vanomanage mabhoho aya to make sure kuti ravhurwa kuseni and by 6 manheru ravharwa to avoid nyaya yataurwa nadirector iyi yekuti vana vanozorepwa toti 6 dzichikwanawo vanonokasika vachera mvura 6 dzikakwana bhoho redu rase rovharwa. Saka community yakuzviziva kuti tinofanira kuziva kuti 5 o'clock bhoho ravhurwa takushandisa mvura yedu but pakasvikawo 6 manheru bhoho rakukiwa takumirira kuti mangwana.
And over to you as a young girl, what do you think the council and the government should do to make sure that you guys get water on time? You would want to do something at home as well, and you spend so much time urkubo. What do you think the council should do better?
Thank you, Tsitsi. In what I think should be done, ne council and all our councillors are not in Mirira. I think they should continue advocating and lobbying for Nyaye Dam Yoyi, because it's been an issue for a very long time now, and we can't continue to Tamira Dam and all. So they should continue engaging the ministry. They should continue advocating and lobbying. Kutimvorati wanechi kuchitungwiza. Number one. Again, on the issue na councillor on issue yema ball committees. We see that that was a great initiative yakaiswa ne council yachona yakafoma ma committees iwayo kuti hatarise vanhu pavanenge vari pamaballs, but most of the times these people want to abuse their power. They are now politicizing those balls. Of course, yes, taenda mvura tiri kuiwana, pane tepi yemachembere, pane tepi yevane vakazvitakura, pane tepi yekuti tikasike kuenda kumba, but those balls are being politicized. Time yedu chaicha is being irikuwestwa nevanhu ivavo. They are being abusing us pamaballs ipapo. So maybe we need a proper management system from kubvira kuma higher authorities kwacho kana kuri kucancel kwacho kuti whoever anenge auya paball should be safe, because even vakadzi vevanhu, they are being abused as well. Sexual gender-based violence kubvira kana even mashoko chaiwo. So we see kuti maballs are not safer places. Number one, kubvira nyaya ye-COVID-19 chaiyo. Number two, ivo vachona vanoda kutrainwa on COVID-19 regulations, ma-committees iwayo, so that whenever pane pakaungana vanhu vanokwanisa kumanager and see kuti zvinhu zvofamba zvakanaka. And then also they need to be trained also nyaya yekuto etiquette chaiyo kudila nevanhu zvakanaka socially, so that we avoid ma gender-based violent cases that happen pama water point collection ipapo, so that manjimbo yedu a safer space patinoenda kunochera chimvura.
Thank you so much. I can see that Director for Chitungwiza Varkubena. So yes, of course, after this short break, we will then hear from them as we finish up our program. Remember, this program is proud to brought to you by National Association of Youth Organization and Nayo Zimbabwe in collaboration or in partnership with Accountability Lab. And yes, of course, Zim Daily is here to bring you this program live, for we work with communities to make sure that you hear everything that happens in every community. And yes, of course, thank you so much. We will be back after this short break. And yes, of course, we are back here at Zim Daily. Continue to follow through our program and like our social media platforms and stand a chance to win a mug, a t-shirt and a mask which is written Zim Daily. And yes, of course, we bring you live every program that happens in Zimbabwe. And yes, of course, right, like we said before when we're starting that today, we are here at Zim Daily discussing service delivery in Chitungwiza in a COVID world. And as we finish up, maybe let me start with you, Diana Kufeya. Ndaona mchisheka msoro pata wanyenze kuti mvura iri kuuya kaviri pasvondo. Muri kuredza kuti kudii chichiri kuitika?
Okay, thank you very much. Like what the councillor said, kuti mvura. We are seeing the new timetable councillor Tupiona. We have got mawadzana what 6, we have got mawadzana what 18. Kusiri kutombosvika mvura. Ndopatikumbira kuti if possible Chitungwiza municipality ngaiendese mabhauza kunzvimbo dzisiri kusvika mvura. We can give you those places because we'll be working all these words. Then the other thing, I will always blame Chitungwiza municipality. Chitungwiza municipality was given devolution funds to construct at least 50 balls, 2 balls in each ward last year. But we got less than 25 balls. And you're supposed to be getting hands maboa, emagetsi, I don't know, electrified balls, what, to make it easier and faster. But up to now, tingoshandisa zvekugotora izvozvo. Dzimwe nguva unonzwa chimuti chacho chisimbi chakafa, pamwe chisimbi chakatakurwa nemabhoho, hanzi mabhoho chiprefecta mheno, pamwe chatakurwa. So this is what is happening. If Chitungwiza municipality ikave transparent, ikati kana yapuwa mari either from the ministry or from the whoever donates kuti vachiite, they must involve us residents tovaratidza kubudiwa mvura, then they can do that. And also poor town planning kuchitungwiza. It has caused us to lose a lot of properties pakaitwa maflash floods. And right now this poor town planning yamborona katsira kuti dzimba dzawandisa. It's too much. Dzimba dzacho dzawandisa, hadzisi kubhadhara marenzi, ndo vamwe vari kucheka mapaipi emvura yacho inenge yabuda, votora votora mvura. And izvo zvinezvo we're complaining vanhu, they are receiving mapepa ema 3,000 RTGs. Munhu akapedzera kuona mvura, we don't know. So Chitungwiza municipality must be transparent. Our councillors must come back to us. Minister of Local Government must stop politicizing service delivery or the construction of Muda Dam in Chitungwiza. And residents, we must unite. I thank God this program is sponsored by Nayo, a youth organization. We have got a lot of youth who are doing nothing right now, who are actually abusing drugs. They are supposed to be standing up for our town. And also we have got accountability leg. We need accountable. We need Chitungwiza municipality to be accountable. I think.
Thank you so much, Director. Councillor, any last words?
Yeah, thank you very much. The challenge that we have is Chitungwiza, with a very big challenge of land barons. You see, dzimwe dzimba dziri kuchemerwa kunzi dzipinde musystem dzakaplanwa dziri pamusoro pema-sewer pipes. Like right now, tine challenge yekuti tine ratoti trunk line rekuti dzimba dzese from unit G, unit O, unit N dzine kwadzinoendesa sewage, mapipes kwaanoendesa sewage, kwaanodira ese. That trunk line ragarirwa nedzimba. Those houses were not planned by the council, but they were planned by land barons. And dzimwe dzimba dzakaiswa namabamba. So challenge yapo manje ayekuti dzimba dzezvo dzakagarira pa main pipe dzakatsikirira pipe. Sa pipe yakakolapsa. Indakapeda inini nevanhu ma-experts ma-engineers vanoona nezvesewage. Tikavati pipe kulapsa kwayo yakabloka. Saka suwa yese inouya ichikorovera, saka haina kwairi kuenda. Saka dzimba idzodzo we cannot regularize dzimba dzakadaro because already ndo dzikukonzera damage. At the same time takati susu as municipality hatigoni kuvapwanyira tisina pekuvaita pekuvaendesa. Saka tikutry it all for best kuti tiwane pamwe patinoisa trunk line. Is either tikawana panopinda trunk line takuregulariza dzimba idzodzo, kana kuti solution ndekuti vanopuwa kumwe, then trunk line rase repair.
Thank you so much, Councillor. And yes, of course, what do you think? What do you have to say before we finish the program?
So I think that Tinoramba tichingoita appeal to the council to look up to us kuti vatitarirewo isu sema-residents parikukanganisika all those challenges, and also zvichemo zvedu zvese vazvinzwewo. Amidst COVID-19, we've got my issues ema-poor roads, we've got my issues refuse collection, zviri kuramba zvichingoitika, vanhu kuramba vachingonorasa marara pamadumping sites, vanhu kuramba sewage kuramba tichingoiona every other time. Kwachona kunogadzirika iko kungazvigadzirwe iyo sewage yachona iri kunzi pane mapipes akabloka and all. Tichagirawo zvekuti vakwanise kutibatsira because yanyanya sewage yanyanya muchitungwiza hamusi kugarika. And then also maroads chaivo voramba vachingotigadzirirawo kuti tigarewo munzvimbo iri safe and sound. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much everyone for coming through today, representing your community to make sure that one day it will be a better place. And yes, of course, this was Zim Daily bringing you live service delivery in Chitungwiza in a COVID world. And yes, of course, we discussed a lot of issues today. We talked about the government, or should we say the community and the council should not politicize the development of Chitungwiza. But yes, of course, these are are the discussions for another day where we would want to know why would the council vanoregerera vanhu vachivaka kusvika vapedza vachiziva kuti vari kuvaka panhu pasingaite, and who leave the land balance vachiita zvinhu zvisingaite kusvika vapedza kuti tizongoramba tichiti land baron akati ndiye akakonzeresa. Those issues we should stop the blame game and make sure that we make sure Chitungwiza becomes a better place. And thank you so much, the National Association for Youth Organization and Accountability Lab, for bringing in this program to make sure that Chitungwiza one day will be a better place. But how do we do this? We make sure that the community leaders and everybody, every resident, make sure that we come together and come up with solutions to make Chitungwiza a better place. We need our own source of water, we need good roads, we need a good infrastructure. But how do we do this? We come up with ideas. So yes, of course, there might be other people in the community who are ready to help, but how do they help if they do not know the challenges Chitungwiza is facing? Until we meet again next week for our exciting program brought to you by Nayo, Zimbabwe. Until then, make sure that you sanitize every 30 minutes and make sure that your mask is always on so that you do not get a COVID-19. It's goodbye for now.